Hello everyone, and welcome back to Allthemod 7. Allthemod 7. It's not to the sky, it's to the ground, on the ground. Allthemod 7 on the ground. Last episode we set up this. Now this looks like a mess, or it looks, I don't know, like something. It is functional. It is fully functional. It is 100 infusion altars. So we've got infusion altars in the middle, the pedestals around it. There's 100 of them. That means, yes, you heard correctly, we can do like 100 seeds at once. Which sounds insane. It genuinely is insane. I have 100 available. I click start. As you can see, all the particles light up. Absolutely ridiculous. And then the second you see them stop, which they don't take long at all. Yep, they've stopped then. We can go back in here. We have 164. Give it a few seconds. We now have 264. Really good. Like phenomenally good. Very, very good. But there is one issue, okay? One issue is the way that we currently have the items being piped in. So the problem that we have is that currently all the items go into this barrel here, and then they get split up, right? So some go this way, so these are going to be all the essences, right? So you've got like your, Supremium essence or whatever going into 4 pedestals over here. Then the other 4 ingredients come out this side and go into these pedestals. And then we have the seeds going underneath and up the altars. Now the seeds are fine, they work, they go all the way up, and they get every single one filled in. Perfect. These guys, however, we had a bit of a problem. Now, the problem was, no matter what configuration I put them on, whether it was nearest first or even round robin, what would happen is they would fill up in pretty much a seemingly random like order. For example, all of these ones might fill up first, or like all of these ones, instead of like a row at once, right? Now, the reason we want a row at once is because that allows us to do odd crafts, right? So at the moment, we literally have to order 100 seeds at once. We can't order like 10, you know what I mean? We can't just order like 15 because then a random amount fill up here and there's empty spots and it just doesn't work. And I couldn't think about how to do it. You guys are geniuses. And I said, the solution is so glaringly obvious, but like in the heat of the moment recording the video, couldn't think of it at all. Could not wrap my head around it, but listen, I still could be wrong. It's definitely possible that I'm misinterpreting these answers, but this sounds phenomenally easy to do, right? Are you ready for this? So one solution was potentially putting the barrel smack bang in the middle underneath the altars. Because then, if we have it set to be nearest first, in theory, the closest altars should be the ones at the bottom, so the closest pedestals. And that's true. They should be, but they might not be. For example, like, I don't know, this one might actually be closer to this one somehow. You might get the idea, right? It's not 100% confirmed, depending on how I place it. It would be a little bit messy. There'd be troubleshooting. It wouldn't be a fun time, right? But another suggestion, or it might have been the same suggestion, I'm not sure, but there was a suggestion that led me to understand the solution, okay? What we do is we set up multiple buffer barrels for each side. So for example, right here, we have a buffer barrel. Right here, a buffer barrel. Right here, a buffer barrel, and right here, a buffer barrel, right? Now, lots of buffer barrels. I don't know if you've ever seen this many buffer barrels before, but tell you what, you see them now. So, where do we go from here? Well, we have item pipes, you guessed it, going into the buffer barrels. It's a buffer barrel episode. I don't know, I might title this episode Buffer Barrel. We'll see what happens. But yeah, you might get the idea. So we make sure they're connected, only one side on each of them connected, right? And we set this guy up here to do round robin. Huh? So what's going to happen now is it'll put one essence here, then one essence here, one essence here, and one essence here, and then start back at the front. And you might be picking up what I'm putting down. In theory, this works perfectly. It splits it up perfectly for each row. Perfect. Okay? From there, all we have to do is add extraction pipe upgrades here. Make sure that they're the fastest possible just to make sure that everything's filling up as it should. And then I believe we're just good. Like, I'm pretty sure everything just magically works perfectly. So I'm going to craft as many as let me 24. Sounds good to me. We'll switch this out, maybe move some of this stuff around. This should genuinely work perfectly, as far as I'm aware. And it's a nice solution because we can just sort of like chuck it in. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, we don't really have to do much remodeling. And so that should work. And we should be able to do the exact same for the other side. Obviously, the main point here is making sure it's set to round robin. So this side as well, we will want to do round robin. It actually already is. And so we'll want to come through here and pretty much do the same thing. So make sure that we have a barrel connected to each of these pedestals. And then we'll give it a test run. The test run's going to be a little bit scary. The reason it'll obviously be a bit scary is because if it doesn't work, it's going to be a pretty annoying cleanup. Oh, I just dropped my ear. I will not explain what I mean. You'll have to figure that out yourself. But we can place all these, that's fine. I'm gonna run this around and we'll just like disconnect this stuff just to, I don't know. I like to have them visually sort of spaced out, even if they're sort of doing the same thing. Let's also just maybe get a little bit of this going, you know, make things look nice. But yeah, this should work perfectly. And then once again, obviously, set this guy to extract, give him a pipe upgrade, and we'll do that for the rest of them. And these ones, we want these to do... what do we want these to do? Hold on. I was thinking nearest first, right? Because then it would do from the bottom to the top. But we might be able to get away with round robin. And round robin might be better. It might not be. Listen. The only reason I'm thinking in my head that round robin might be better is because what the round robin will do is it will go from this one to that one, and it will continue doing that the whole way up and then the whole way back, right? Same with the altar over here. Round robin, it'll do the bottom, then the next, all the way, and then all the way back. The reason why that's beneficial is because it won't care about what spot is free, I guess. Whereas, or at least I don't think so. Whereas if I do nearest first, right? And somehow, I know they extract really fast, like 64 items a tick. But if somehow one of these pedestals empties, right? And then it gets like filled up before like that one empties, which means then that one gets filled up. Do you know what I mean? It might get messy. I think it's fine. I'm just trying to think like what would it actually be better to do round robin on all of these? I honestly don't know. I'm not too sure. I'll tell you what, we can leave it as nearest first for these inner pipes. That should be fine. We'll give it a test. We'll see what it does. Worst case, we rip them up, which is going to be a little bit annoying. Place them down again with our copy-paste gadget, and then give it another shot. This guy down here, we want to make sure 1 billion% this guy's also set to nearest first. And that's sort of where the kicker is. This guy still needs to be nearest first because he's a direct source into the altar. Just like how these guys, their direct source into the pedestals are also nearest first. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I think so. I think what I've said so far has hopefully made sense. So, here we go. This is going to be the first test with this new setup. So in theory, I should be able to order, if we go into stone. Now, this didn't work previously. I should be able to order, say, 6 of these seeds, right? So I can click order, click start. Some of them have started. It looks like it was just the bottom one started. And if this works perfectly, we should have 270. Come on. It should. 270. How good is that? And then I should be able to go in here. I should be able to order 30, right? I should then be able to go seeds again. I should be able to find emerald and order, say, 40 of them. And we should be able to do this mixing and matching. And nothing should break, in theory. So this should go up to 500. The stone seeds went up to 300. We can see that. The emerald seeds, 500 on the dot. Yes. Now listen. I know that wasn't the most thorough test, but that was pretty good. We ordered 2 different things at once, 2 different seeds, had them go in the system, and it appears to have worked flawlessly. I'm genuinely really happy about this setup. I understand it now probably looks a lot messier. A lot of these pipes could be hidden underground. I don't care enough. I don't care. All I care is that it works, to be completely honest with you. Once again, maximum honesty. But yeah, it's honestly a really cool system. I'm very happy with that. Because we need a lot of these seeds to do a lot of the stuff we want to do, right? So at the moment, how many stone seeds do we have? We have 300. I'm going to order 700 to get us up to 1,000 of these. Actually, no. I'll do 200. I think. Yeah, we'll order 200. That should be good. That'll get us to 500. And then I'll order 500 of whatever else we have in here, which I think is currently nether seeds. So let's turn off nether seeds so that we can get these filling up in our system wherever they are, down there. We'll see how many we have. I should also do at mystical. This will actually make it a little bit easier to see. So the stone seeds should show up. I'm pretty sure I ordered 200 of them, right? I think so. Machine doesn't accept item. Yes, you do. Uh-oh. What have I done? I didn't do anything. What have I done? Huh. Is it not chunk loaded? That could be an issue. Oh yeah, it's not chunk loaded. Okay. Whew. That probably would have been a bad thing. In fact, Actually, it should be able to claim this, right? Yeah, it looks like it's claimed. There we go, false loaded. It's just a visual bug there, I think, that it's not fully looking like it's claimed. Oh, maybe. Oh, there we go. Anyway, this thing should now be working. We should get 500 of these. Hopefully. Yeah, 500. Perfect. So we've got 500 stone seeds, 500 emerald seeds. Not enough nether seeds, to be completely honest. Once again, I keep saying that. I'm really trying to stop myself from saying it. I know I don't need to stop myself from saying it, but surely I can develop a better vocabulary than just saying that I'm honest about everything. I don't know. It's become a little pet peeve just hearing myself say the same thing when I'm going through editing. Anyway, nether seeds we should have. We can probably run the stone seeds and the emerald seeds. By the way, that's so good that it's the perfect amount. And once again, of course. Oh, you know what? Oh, I have a very, very interesting idea. We can order things. Oh, this might get very dangerous. But we can do something extremely cool. Well, once again, not sure if this is actually going to be cool, but we can do it regardless. Alright, let me get a stack of patterns. We don't need a stack, but I'm going to get a stack. Or, close to. Slap this guy down, chuck the patterns in. So here's what we can do, right? For example, we need a lot of emeralds. You know what? It's probably better to do the nether seeds, right? We need a lot of nether essence. So if I put a nether seed in and say, hey, guess what? You're going to get out a nether essence. So sorry, I got to do this again, I guess. Put you in there. 1 nether essence per nether seed. There we go. And create this recipe. We can order what we want. So if I then chuck this in here, we can then literally order however much we need. It'll put however many seeds we need into this system. Oh, this opens the doors for a lot of things because we no longer have to like sort of guess how much we need. We can do the perfect amount. So I'll put the stone in there. I don't know. Yeah, we don't have this guy set to two-way. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong thing. Two-way. Stone essence. Drag this guy in. Lower this guy back down to 1. And because it's a creative crafter, it should do it pretty much rapidly. So if I chuck in the stone and the nether seeds, and we go into this dimensional seed, I can click Start Craft. Oh, one of the crafting ingredients ended up needing itself. You need to remove the pattern or make sure the pattern is not used during auto-crafting. The offending pattern is the nether essence. Input nether seed, get out nether essence. What's wrong with this recipe? This doesn't need itself. This is a unique recipe. Seed go in, essence come out. Although, to be fair, I should let this thing know. Oh, but then, here's the thing, right? So I would understand if this thing was yelling at me. If I did this, if I put the nether seed as a byproduct, because it is a byproduct, but it's just a bit weird to set it as one. But I didn't have it set as one. So do I need to? You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? This is like yelling at me. We'll give this a test. Listen, my genius idea might not work. Yeah, one of the ingredients ended up needing itself. But you didn't before I just changed it then. When you're just this, seed equals essence, I'm pretty sure we're good. Like, if I search nether, we have... I don't think we have a recipe for the essence. We just have a recipe for the seed, right? If I Control-Shift-Click this, it just gives me the essence. If I Control-Shift-Click the seed, it doesn't use... Right? Like, it doesn't use nether essence to make itself, unless that's the netherrack recipe doing that. Which, I guess... I guess that's a thing. I'll tell you what we can do. I'm going to order 400 of these nether seeds just to bring us back up to scratch. That should take us back to, yeah, because I think it's using the nether essence to make the seeds or something. I think that's what it's currently doing because we need netherrack or something. I'm not entirely sure, but I think that's the problem. So realistically, what I want to do here is make all the nether seeds we need and then take the recipe out just to sort of, I guess, solve that problem. Because we're going to need... I think that makes sense. So if we come back over here, we'll wait for our 500 nether seeds. So as you can see, they're on their way. It looks like a bunch of busy bees going around here building everything, but I don't think that's what it is. Yeah, 100 done. This thing is insanely fast. We were literally making one at a time before. That's how insane this recipe is. So there we go. We now have 500. So what I can do is I can just take this guy out for now. And realistically, if we want, we can get like a backup barrel over here just to store these patterns in case that is what we need to do and we need to store them for later. What do I need to do now? I need to go over here and add in this recipe and then hope that works. Actually, no, hold on. Yeah, is that what I need to do? Hey, I guess we'll find out. Dimensional seed start. Yeah, so it's gonna ask for the nether seed back. That is the issue, right? The issue is I would need enough nether seeds to be able to order one for each. How do we do this then? I'm pretty sure Applied Energistics can do this relatively simply. The problem is I don't know how to. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to use Applied Energistics to achieve that. I just know that it's possible. Applied Energistics, because I'm pretty sure you can tell Applied Energistics, you can be like, hey, I want to use this to craft it, but you're going to receive it as a byproduct. Like, it's going to come back as a result. Whereas you can't seem to do that with refined storage. Ooh, what do I do? What do you think I do here? I kind of want to do it. The problem is I don't remember the specific block I need, so I don't know whether I can do it. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm not too sure how to do it with AE2, but I just want to give it a shot right off the get-go. I don't even know. Did we use AE2 anywhere else in this playthrough? I know we used it before in Allthemod 6 to work through certain issues. I don't know if we've got it set up here yet. AE2 is really good with some of these weird crafting recipes that you got to do. So I do think that we can potentially use it. I believe it's in the pack, right? Yeah, it is. Yeah, we've actually got some spare stuff. So we've got a controller and whatnot here. We're still missing some things that we definitely need. So I'll tell you what's probably going to happen. I'm probably going to have to make quite a few patterns here just to make my job easier. Ooh, I also don't have like an inscriber set up. Oh, and that's going to be so painful, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, I'm very confused by what we have here. Do I have an inscriber back at the base or something? Is that... I'm looking around here. I don't think we do. Do we have one at the base just like chilling here? We have this, we have that. I feel like we have AE2 somewhere. I don't know where we've put it, if it actually does exist anywhere. Okay. So, realistically, to give this a shot, to give this a proper shot, I need to get my hands on a pattern provider. I think that's it in terms of that. I would obviously need a pattern terminal and the patterns itself. So we'll need a blank pattern, and then we'll need a pattern terminal, which is going to be, drumroll please, one of these guys. Pattern encoding terminal. That's what I would need to sort of try and get this to work. The issue with this stuff is that they're just kind of annoying to make. I've got to get like some processors and whatnot, which means I need an inscriber. A circuit etcher would be perfect, but as you can see, messy. Do I do it for the sake of doing it? I'll be honest, I think I do. I do think it's worth it. Yeah, okay. We'll give it a shot. What do I need? I need an inscriber. Luckily, you know, most of these ingredients, the raw ones at least we can craft. I'm going to need silicon, and what else did I need for this thing? Formation core is going to be logic processor, so I will need a logic press. We'll obviously need to grab out the goodies, so that's going to be like, what do you call it? A little bit of redstone and a little bit of gold. And then obviously silicon, which I think we've got some silicon. We can craft it, so we're using it for something, but I will obviously need it for this. Okay, so where are we going to put this stuff? Kind of doesn't matter. Kind of does. I guess we'll go over here since this is, I guess, where the rest of the stuff is. I'm probably not going to auto craft it per se, but you know what? No, let's actually just go back to our like machine area that we used to use. This thing over here. It's like hooked up. You know what I mean? Like it's ready to be used. We don't have the inscriber in here, do we? Oh yeah, yeah. Here we go. This is an inscriber. I mean, it's all we've got, but it's there. There it is. So anyway, we'll try and give this guy a shot. Does he have power? I don't think he does. Yeah. So I mean, a lot of this is sort of repetitive in terms of just in general because I've done a lot of AE2 on whatchamacallit? What's the other one called? On To the Sky. So I don't want to go over this too much, but we'll get the basics done. So as you can see, I'm just putting in some ingredients here. These presses, you can craft them using skystone and iron, or you can find them in the meteors around the map. There's a meteor compass you can make as well that helps out. And then you just pretty much combine all these bits together and you get some goodies. That's the basic. This is a lot of just combining stuff. It's a lot of, some could call it crafting. That's definitely, you could call it crafting. What else do I need here? I'm going to need fluix dust. That is going to be redstone dust, charged Certus quartz, and nether quartz. So we'll have to get our hands on some of that. And as you can see, voila, 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 voila. Not voila? Why does it look like there's no of the charge stuff? You know, I might not have dropped them close enough. Maybe? Like I feel like, oh, there we go. Yeah, I didn't drop them close enough. We're good. We're good. We've got what we came for. Anyhow, so this guy, we obviously need the formation cores. We're going to craft those. That also uses the Certus quartz crystal. All of these recipes, they're pretty straightforward. Like you can probably just look them up realistically. The inscriber is probably the only confusing thing. So we've got the pattern terminal. That'll be good. What else do we need then? We're going to need this thing, which we can also use a normal crafting terminal, which we have, but we will need an engineering press, which, you know, we're going to need some stuff for that. We'll need the engineering press, believe it or not, and we'll need a diamond. Once again, pretty straightforward recipes. I honestly don't want to spend too long, like, crying about it. Okay, engineers processor. This will give us the pattern encoding terminal, assuming, of course, that we don't have one already. Crafting terminal, illuminated terminal. All right, pattern encoding terminal. Perfect. So we have two of pretty much the main pieces, as far as I'm aware. These guys we are going to bring over here because we sort of want to attach them to this chest, or at least we want to attach this guy to the chest. So he's going to go there. He's essentially the crafter of AE2. That's what this guy is. We'll slap a controller on. He's obviously like a controller, believe it or not. We'll need a little cable, so we'll place this guy down pretty much wherever we want. I guess we can place it there. I probably should fill up the ground as well. But anyhow, we can slap this guy on, assuming I remember how to move. There we go. And so this guy pretty much works very similar to refined storage. I can slap power on the controller here, I think. Yep, it'll light up. Everything's good. This guy's open. We're pretty much ready. I obviously still need a pattern, which apparently we can make. Awesome. Actually, no. Hold on. Can we make a pattern? Yes, we can. Okay. So we'll make a pattern. We'll slap him in here just as we would normally. And then we can order some recipes. There's actually like, you can do smithing table recipes. You can do stone cutting pattern recipes. This is new. I'm pretty sure you couldn't do this like one update ago. So that is pretty sick. I'm telling you, AE2 recently, we've been messing around with it a lot in refined storage. It currently has a lot of features that I really prefer that refined storage doesn't have. It is looking pretty good for AE2 in terms of the near future. But yeah, what we're after is a processing pattern, and this is going to be the true test, I guess. And we'll see if this works. So nether seed, nether essence. Let's see if it lets us do this. Nether seed as an oh wait, hold on. So nether seed, right? What is this thing? Primary processing result, right? So we can request nether essence, and then these ones are secondary processing results. Cannot be directly requested through the automated crafting system, but will be used before stored items in multi-step recipes. Okay. So if I place nether seeds here, cycle outputs. Okay, and we want to leave this as it is. And I create this pattern. So now we've got the nether seeds as a secondary output. They're not what we're ordering using this recipe, but they are produced as a secondary output. And then if I were to slap them in here, is that how that would work? If I went to order this, it says I can. All we need is one to begin with. Ooh, okay. I think all that's left now is to provide some sort of storage, which we can pretty much do because we've got an ME drive here that I can slap onto the system, which is just like a disk drive from refined storage. And then all we need is, well, another drive, right? We need some sort of storage disk. So we can search cell, I believe they're called, from AE2. And we probably just want, I think they're just called like a 1K item cell. I'm pretty sure that's what we want. So I could probably search that up, or I could, dilly-dally around and try and look for one. We want this guy here. So he'll need a bit of quartz glass and a storage component. The storage component will need a logic processor. Blech. That's my response. But we could do that, you know what I mean? That's definitely on the table. So this is going to be fun. I am excited to see if this genuinely works, because I'm still like, it's a little bit too good to be true. You know what I mean? Like it really feels like it's gonna work, and usually things don't go our way. At least the first try. Normally we sort of have to like, you know, put a little bit of effort in. This feels a little bit too easy. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, this could be really good. And I think it's also nice to have applied energistics open, not just using refined storage. Because yeah, I mean, like realistically, from day one, we probably should have automated a lot of the recipes, like especially the inscriber and stuff, so that when I need to do stuff like this, we just can. Whereas currently, clearly, we're not really doing that. Anyhow, we'll make one of these storage components. There we go. And then we'll make some quartz glass. Pretty easy stuff. And we can make our storage cell. So this guy is going to go in here. And now we have access to that within our controller, right? So what that means is I can place in, for example, 1 nether seed. So I can craft a nether essence. But I have no crafting CPUs. Interesting. Do I need a craft? I didn't know that. I guess that makes sense. I thought because it was a processing. I guess that, yeah, okay, fine, that makes sense. It's a little bit annoying because I'm going to have to craft more stuff, but it makes sense. I will need a co-processing unit and a 1K storage. Both of these guys need some stuff made. I mean, like, I can do it. It's just I'm not going to be happy about it. You know what I mean? It's fine. So, what do I currently need? I need 1 engineering processor, 4 calculations, 2 logics, at least. I'm probably going to need more. So long story short, I need a lot of silicon. All right, by the way, those other processors we need are made from Certus quartz. This stuff here. So we'll just need some of those Certus quartz crystals. We have a lot of them, so that's not a problem. And they'll also need a different press. They will need calculation presses, just to, I guess, fill you guys in on where we're at. Okay, I think I've crafted everything. Not gonna lie, a little bit painful, but I think we've got everything we need. We'll need 2, we need some of these cables. Luckily, they're not the worst thing to make. So we'll need 2 of these crafting units. We can put a bunch of this junk away. 1, 2, perfect. One of these will become a crafting storage, and one of them will become a crafting co-processing unit. Nice and easy. And this thing's gonna manage our crafting. So like, it'll be able to hold like complex recipes, and it'll be able to do them quickly, essentially. So we'll slap these guys on. Just like so, that should be good. So now we should be able to order it. An important thing here will mainly just be, at the moment in here, we obviously have, 49 nether seeds. Yeah. So if I go in here and I order one of these, it's going to say that we can, right? I click start. It should put the recipe in. One of these should light up. I don't know if it has. Maybe it has over there. Yeah, it looks like one's lit up over there. And then it lights down and we have 500. Okay. So, what does that mean? Well, it means this guy's still expecting something. Expecting 2 things. He's expecting the essence and he's expecting a nether seed. So, for example, if I just put the essence in, I guess he's happy. Yeah, he's good. But he can also expect the nether seed. Now, what this means, in theory, is if we take this essence back out, right? No recipes currently crafting. And I try to order 2. It's going to let us do that even though we only have 1 seed. Picking up what I'm putting down? So, what does this mean for us? I'm glad you asked. What does it mean? Well, it means a few things. The first thing is, can we really not do this in here? Does it really not let us? I mean, it didn't look like it did, right? We tried, and it just sort of like yelled at us a bit, especially because we've got the recipe in here. Nether essence, nether seeds. Let's double check. So I really can't have you produce the nether seed as well. There's not a way to alter this to say, yeah, this is like an extra. It's a little bonus that you can use in the recipe. I don't think so. But we'll chuck it in. We'll double check just to make sure. So nether essence, I try and craft 10. It says we can because we'll use 10 seeds. I try and craft a trillion. No, because one of the crafting ingredients needs itself, right? Because to make a nether seed, you're going to use a nether seed. Okay, so he's not happy. That's fine. That's understandable, I guess. I guess we'll take that back out. And we can keep this back in here until I guess we decide to use it again. So, what does this mean for us then? Obviously, I do like this concept. I like doing this. The issue is we don't really have a lot of applied energistics automation set up, meaning this process is going to be a little bit painful to do in order to set this all up. But I do think it's worth it. The other thing we're going to have to do is have the output here not be on the chest over there. We're going to have it be on here. Potentially. The other option is if we can somehow share the inventories, but I don't think we can do that. I don't think there's a way to access every item within our refined storage system. You know what I mean? So I don't think we can external storage unless we happen to use this guy. But this guy is currently full. So, hold on. My brain's ticking away. If I emptied this, so emptied our stable wormhole into our infinite storage disk, then this guy's empty, and this guy's accessible from both systems, right? Using the external storage. So I could have all of the seeds and essence stored over here. I mean, I could kind of just do that anyway, right? Hold on. If I pick you up, what do you currently have? You have a variable card in export all items. That should be fine. Pick you up, okay. If we come over here, and I grab a storage, sophisticated barrel. Sure. If we grab one of these guys and slap him down, I don't know, here. How close can I go? I kind of want to go a little bit closer over here. Oh god, I'm struggling to figure out what to do. Alright, we place the barrel here. He's cool. He's a barrel. He does barrel things. We're going to slap this on top, slap our exporter, open him up, export all items. Okay? So this guy should receive all the goods. From here, I should be able to do two things. One is I should be able to place an external storage onto this and set this guy up as, I need him to be whitelist, which means the stuff that's in him currently, don't want him in there, and it looks like the stuff's getting taken out of him. Cool. Wonderful. I will say, why did that guy fill up so quickly? Didn't we have, isn't that what this guy's meant to be for, our infinite storage over here? He's at negative 100. Can you maybe just be like 100? Did we want this? I don't remember. That's what we have now, though. I guess. So anyhow, is this guy going to empty? Do I have to do this manually? Please don't make me do this. Okay, well anyway, this guy's empty now, right? We'll obviously change his priorities and stuff once we have everything set up. He's currently set to whitelist. We want to tell him, hey, you're going to receive nether essence, and you're going to receive the nether seeds, right? But for this test run, I want to do. So you will receive both of these. That's what you're allowed to do. Insert, extract, whatever it may be, and you're actually going to be, you know, a massive priority. All of that stuff is going to go into here. You're going to be our source. The next thing I need is going to be a storage bus. What this guy's going to do is he's going to allow the ME system to access it. So this guy will need an annihilation core, which needs another logic processor. So I'm back to the inscriber drawing board. But yeah, it should be good. Now, in terms of these inscribers, realistically, they're not the hardest thing to automate. I probably just should. You know what I mean? It's not fun. I don't enjoy doing it, but we should be able to do it. You know what I mean? For example, actually, it is kind of annoying to do, to be complete. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like automating these. It's just so much effort, and I feel like it's just redundant. Like, I feel like almost instantly you just don't need it. I don't know. I'll manually craft this stuff. It's fine. Okay, logic processor, that'll be for the interface. Oh, if it'll let me. That'll actually be for the annihilation core, sorry. Annihilation core, hop back in here. Interface, craft you, wonderful. And then craft ourselves a storage bus. We apparently need a piston. Apparently we don't have those lying around. Storage bus, perfect. So this guy, of course, we can connect over here. And then two things happen. So at the moment, this guy, once our advancement disappears, this guy has nothing in him. This barrel has something in him. If I attach this guy onto the side, and then we grab some Fluix cables, which we don't have many, we're probably gonna have to craft, you know, an extra one, I guess. But, oh god, if we attach this onto the side, however we choose, like this for example, we should now have in here one of each, because that's obviously what's in the barrel. And this is a shared barrel. Both are accessing this. So, What do we do from here? Well, not too sure. All right, for starters, let's get all the nether seeds out. Perfect. These I'm going to put all in here. And as we can see, they are accessible via this system. 500 of them, right? If I currently order essence, this guy should be... The issue is the crafting storage won't be big enough. That's going to be a little bit annoying. But it should work. It should work at least up to a certain amount. For example, let's try to order maybe... I forget. You have to change your keybind here. Controls, keybinds. Pick block is the one in question. I've currently got mine in all the mods to the sky as button 5, which currently here is my toolbar, but that might be fine. And you can click that to open up this menu in here to actually order stuff that you already have, right? So I'm going to order here. I'm going to see, can we do 1,000? We cannot because it'll use 3,000 bytes. This guy only does 1K. He's a 1K crafting storage. So I have an option. I can either increase the size of this guy or I can order a smaller amount. Let's just order a smaller amount for now. Let's get 100. Okay, we can do that. 1,000 or 100, and it only needs 1. That's what I'm a little bit worried about because obviously we've got 1 up there. Is it literally going to only use 1? Because we can fix that. That's not the end of the world. We can definitely fix that. It's just sort of a little bit silly, I guess. And is it working? I don't think it is, right? We've got 2. Let's see if we get 3. If we get 3, I'll say it's working. Drum roll, please. Survey says... not looking too good in the good department. Really? Alright, you know what I think the issue is? Or part of the issue? I think when I order this, right, it's currently... it's doing something a little bit dumb. It's thinking that I actually don't know what it's doing, to be honest, but it's not working. That's I guess the main thing is it's not working for whatever reason. I have a potential fix, right? The potential fix involves me going into the recipe here and altering it a bit. What I'm thinking we try to do is we try to change this to be 500 as a result. This to be 500 as an input. So if I put 500 in, you're going to get 500 out, and you're going to get 500 out of this. And that's obviously the exact amount we have. This might do the trick, okay? It also might not, but I'm sort of stretching it. But see, this is that example of it was going a little bit too easy. You know what I mean? Things were working a little bit too well. But if we go in here, as per usual, and I attempt to order 1, it should put all 5,000 in, or all 500 in. As you can see, they've all turned on, or at least, sorry, half of them have turned on, in theory. It looks like it. Then they all turn off. And then in here, 500 are back, 500 are here. The recipe, oh, the recipe says it's not complete. How odd is that? The recipe says it's not complete, and yet all of the stuff is back. Oh, okay. How does that work? That's clearly the issue, whatever that issue may be. Okay, hold on. This guy here, insertion higher priority first. I'm setting this guy to 1,000, right? He's got the highest priority for the insert. Did that solve the problem? No, it didn't. So, how do we solve the problem? I think what we do is we cancel this. We pick up this logic cable here, and we move it onto this guy there. So I don't really know if we can easily do that with what we've got. We might need an extra logic cable. But what this should do is the pattern providers, they work like an interface does, right? They're essentially an interface. So what this means is that this return inventory, anything that goes in here will be deposited into our ME system, right? Into our applied energetic system, which thanks to the priority we set, it should go in here, right? That's how it should work. By the way, to get rid of these annoying keybinds that sort of like overlap and stuff, press R and C at the same time is meant to do it. Hold on. What's the mod called? Sort something. Category sort. What's this from? It's not sophisticated. Inventory. You know what? Not a clue. Don't know how to get rid of them. It used to be R and C. Oh, there we go. I just spammed it a few times and we made our way in. Okay, wonderful. What you want to do is go to your GUI settings, your GUI settings, and you can disable the inventory buttons. There's probably something else you can do. But all I know is that gets rid of the buttons that I don't even use anyway. So that's helpful. So this should work. Once again, slap this guy back down. Chuck this guy back in for the export all items. And then, assuming we canceled that, which we did, let's try this again. So once again, we're going to order 500 of these. The old system might work with the one recipe, by the way, but we'll order 500. This stuff should light up, potentially. Yeah, as you can see, you know, some of it did. Wait for it to stop lighting up. And what we should see is all of them go into the system. Voila! It completed the recipe. The beauty of this now is I should be able to order 1,000 using the 500 we have, assuming we had enough bytes. But as you can see, we don't. So, how do we solve this byte problem that has apparently emerged from nowhere? Well, I need to do more inscribing, which is a little bit annoying, but doable. And what's the best way to do this? I'll be honest, we'll try and do the pipe. We'll see how this guy works. So I think what I want to do is we're going to pick you up. I think I want to do this, this. Have this guy extract, right? We're going to go logic this guy. We're obviously going to want silicon, so we're going to want this guy as well. What else do I want here? Gold, and then redstone, I believe. And I think that's everything, right? So for example, for this first run, if I do silicon here, and then I just chuck in silicon there, it'll fill up, it'll do its thing, right? I don't even... Yeah, it's running out of power, so I will have to provide power to it, which I think I can just do underneath. That should be fine. He's got power. Wonderful. He'll do his thing. This thing, we can disconnect it. It's fine. The next thing we need, we could have an extract, or we can just leave it here, because look, it's stacking up. Wonderful. Then if we really wanted to, we could get started on the other stuff as well, which we might as well. I mean, this is essentially how the whole automation stuff works. Like, it looks like it's not that difficult, but it's just... I'll be honest, it's just painful. It just hurts my soul to do it every time. Alright, so we've got this stuff running. This guy over here is pretty similar. The only extra thing you need to do is set up filters. So the top one can't get the logic circuit, the bottom one can. And then that solves the issue, or else it just fills up both slots. This guy's making the processors. Now, what do we need these for? Well, if we come back over here, and we go ahead and pick up this crafting storage, we can shift right click it to remove our storage component. And then what we can do is we can craft more of them. Now, if we craft 3 of them total, we can then combine these to create a 4K. So that's an extra K that we get. Now, we'll need a calculation processor. So you guessed it. I need another inscriber. Do I want to automate this one? Nope. But am I gonna? Yeah, probably. Let's be honest. Calculation processor, that'll be fine. And then obviously bunch of Certus quartz. That'll be fine. Oh, blah. All right, we got one of those built. So we can combine these to make the 4K, and at the very least we can, you know, see how much we can get away with ordering. So the 4K storage component, just like the last one, we combine it with the crafting unit to create that. We'll keep that stuff all processing over there, all those other things. This guy slaps right back on just as he would before. And now what we should be able to do is, for example, order that 1,000, right? We might even be able to push it to 2,000. Yeah, we can. Okay, so 2,000 nether essence being ordered using 500 seeds. So we click start, everything gets chucked in, and once again, if this works perfectly, we should see, you know, 500 shot, which it looks like we've sort of already done that. We're currently just waiting on 1,000 more, and then that stuff looks to be crafted. Yep, now it's crafting 500 more. Hey, that's pretty good. So we should have, what, 3,000 total? 2,000 at the moment. We just got 5,000. Oh, is that the last amount? And then is that more coming in? Yeah, here we go. 3,000 on the dot. How cool is that? And then the 500 seeds back. Listen. This might not seem like much, but I think this is genuinely like arguably the best way to go about doing this, right? Because, well, I mean, I guess not. Realistically, the best way to do this is to constantly be generating the stuff, but I want to be able to like we could constantly have like, hey, keep 1 million, you know, essence in the system, right? We could do that. I just like being able to order the stuff. You know what I mean? I like being able to know like, okay, we are going to get this exact amount when I press craft. You know what I mean? Like, as opposed to just, they're in the system, we'll take them out when we think we have enough, right? We have so much more control using this. And realistically, small, simple setup, the hardest part is going to be upgrading this crafting storage. And even that, pretty simple. Like, it's just a waiting game at this point in terms of waiting for all these processes to finish crafting, and like we're doing pretty good. Like where are we? If we go back in here, craft these, we should be able to craft what, 9 of them. That's pretty good. We go in here to craft this stuff. We just got 3 more of these, and then we can obviously, oh, what are we actually missing for these? Quartz glass. Oh, we can get a little bit more of that. Yeah, that's fine. Stack of those, why not? Here we go. So we've got 4 of these total. Once again, we can go ahead and combine these guys up, and we'll have ourselves a 16k. So like, we can push this pretty far, which I'm very, very excited for. And quite literally, all we're waiting on is this stuff to process. And I mean, it's doing a good job processing it, but like, we can even do more if we wanted to. Like, it's really good. I'm a big fan. But by the way, these guys can go a lot faster if I do get acceleration cards. These things, however, need flux crystals and calculation processes, which honestly are worth it. I was going to say might not be worth it. They are worth it. Now, the flux crystal, that could be messy, but we already have some. Oh, nice. How cool is that? So we just want calculation processes, and we just got a few of those, so that makes our job a little bit easier. I'm going to craft 6 of those. Cool. I'm going to craft them all into acceleration cards, and most of them are going to go right here. And as you'll see, things craft a little bit faster. It's obviously not crazy fast, but it's faster. And then in terms of all this stuff over here, we can chuck them in. Let's obviously get our hands on silicon. Get like, I don't know, 10,000 of that smelted up. Oh my god, the speed at which that just processed is insane. But we'll chuck this stuff in here. So this guy should be way faster as well. And I'm literally just going to do the same thing for the rest of them. So for example, we're going to get, how many do I want here? 6 of them again? Yeah, we might as well do 6. Grab these, chuck those in, boom, 6 of them. So that will be this guy fully upgraded, and then this guy fully upgraded. And these are the main ones we need, right? So if we want to do this almost fully automated, we're going to want this guy full of silicon. It's obviously not fully automated, but like to where I don't have to touch it for a while, right? We'll grab a bunch of Seus quartz. We'll grab a bunch of gold. We're obviously going to have to get a bunch of redstone as well. And then finally, nothing. Finally, nothing. Yeah, cool. So Seus quartz goes in. That stuff will process pretty fast. Gold, obviously we want a lot of that processing still. And then this guy, he needs a bunch of redstone pretty much all the time. And yeah, we're doing pretty good. So yeah, most of this stuff, oh, I didn't really mean to put that away. Crafting component. Nope, hold on. Component? Yeah, here we go. So we've got the 1K, we've got 4K, 16, 64, 256, and in this pack, you can push it even further. We have, where is it? A 1 mil, or I don't know, 1 mega maybe, storage component. Then this guy gets turned into, where is it? This guy gets combined into a 4M. And by the way, these ingredients are so easy to get, by the way. Like, the main part is literally just mass producing these 1Ks. That's literally the main thing. Mass producing 1Ks and mass producing calculation processes. And that's pretty much it. The 4M, this goes to another level as well, I think. Yep, to 16. This guy, I think, has even put, like, there's some pretty crazy stuff here. Now, as storage, this is really good storage. Like, really high tier storage we're talking about here. In terms of crafting storage, also pretty good. It looks like this is the max. This one here. Pretty insane stuff. We're actually out of silicon, believe it or not. Let's go ahead and solve that issue. There we go. We've got everything we need. Let's give it a little bit of a top up. All right, so yeah, most of this stuff, what are we doing? Most of it's just being turned into 1K drives, pretty much, well, as many as I can. Turn as many of those into these 4Ks. 6, turn as many into 16Ks. How many do we have total? We have at least 3. Awesome. They're going to turn into a 64K. Pretty cool. Now, I'm going to give this guy a test run. And we're going to see what he does while the rest of this stuff crafts. That should be good. So, with the 64K, how much does that let me order? If I go in here and we press this, what should I try? Should I try 100,000? No, it won't let us. We need 200,000, which would be the next tier. So after the next tier, we can start ordering 100,000 at a time. How much did we need for the dimensional? Do we remember? Dimensional seed requires a lot more than 100,000. I'll tell you that much. It needs 2 million, pretty much 3 million. I mean, we can get there. We can get there. We just need a... I'll be honest. How long has this episode been? It's been about an hour. Okay, this episode's been an hour. I'm aware. I think that I wait for a lot of this stuff to process. I don't know how far we can get just in this episode. Like, I imagine we're sort of nearing diminishing returns in regards to pretty much everything here. But we'll see. We'll see just how much like we've made so far in this episode. But yeah. Well, yeah, I'm not too sure. Because obviously it's gonna be the point where I need like multiple stacks of these 1K storage components just to be able to upgrade anything, right? So I don't know if we're there yet. I think we can push it. Oh, we actually need we need these to start processing. We actually need more calculation presses. Let's get those cooking. All right, so these are going into 16Ks. They look like they're actually the max. Yeah, we're gonna need. Yeah, I think we're pretty much at those diminishing returns to be complete. To be real with you here, because these go in. That's our second 64K. Because obviously we got this one as well, and we obviously needed what do you call it? Component. We need 3 of them, and we've only got 2, and we've only got 1 of these. We've got 2 of these. We don't have any of these, so I'm gonna need more of those, which need more of the other stuff, which means, yeah, we're pretty much waiting on everything. So yeah. By the way, a lot of this can probably be sped up ever so slightly, but still worth it by chucking in some of these upgrades, since that seems to be a little bit of a slow factor, is the stuff actually going in. Yeah, it's a lot better now. If we wanted to again, I could pipe the stuff in, I could send it to the system, we could do literally anything, and it would probably be worth doing. Yeah. By the way, adding in the pipe upgrade just broke this system here. So I'm actually going to have to whitelist this guy going into that spot there. And does that solve anything? No. So I will have to blacklist it going into this spot here. Alright, I think I just fixed it. Now it's going in the bottom, didn't I? Okay, let's add a blacklist for printed silicon down there. Does that do anything? Does that solve our problem? It has for now. We'll keep an eye on it. Alright, I think I just got my next 64K. Okay, beautiful. We can at least do 100K at a time. Ooh, if we have Skystone Dust. Which we can do if we have Skystone. Which we can do. We do have Skystone, so yeah, I guess we'll order some of this. It says it just needs to be crushed. Is that correct? Yeah, looks like it. This thing, although it apparently is slow, it should do the trick. Oh, or not. Or it's literally just going to smelt the stuff. Because I forgot. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I went over to our crushing thing. I've crushed all that stuff. So we should be able to get this one. Yeah, the 256K. So yeah, I'll be honest, this is clearly like not enough. We obviously need more coming out of this in terms of our crafting storage, at least. In terms of doing that, I'll be honest, we probably need to put some effort into upgrading our inscribers and all that sort of setup to actually like produce this stuff at some relevant speed. Because currently, as it stands, it's just not fast enough. And I mean, I don't even have it like fully automated. It's just, yeah, it just doesn't really seem viable. To be honest, the main issue at the moment probably is just, what do you call it? Automating it properly, as in having everything already like flowing through the system. That'll probably like take care of a lot of these issues. Oh, that's disgusting. But regardless, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. What this should mean as well, in terms of everything, is I should be able to go in here as well and search for stone seeds, right? And I should be able to pretty much replicate this, but for the stone seeds. So like chuck this guy in here, open him up, tell him 500 will equal 500 on the output for both of these. So we'll search, we'll put the stone seeds there. We'll also search stone essence, drag this guy in there, and set both of these again to be 500. So 500 here, perfect. Update this recipe, obviously. Chuck this guy right in here. And that should do the trick. We should once again be able to order all that stuff, assuming, of course, we have all the seeds in here. So that's going to be what? Stone seed. I'm going to have to take all of these out and chuck them in there. Isn't too difficult. We'll just keep our seeds in here for now. Ooh, this guy is pretty full. We can fix this a number of ways. One will be with stack upgrades, which are going to be these guys here. So I'll need an upgrade base. Give me a second. This will definitely be worth it. we'll get, yeah, I guess I don't know. Maybe we'll make 2 of these for now. We'll see what we do. They don't stack. Anyway, we'll make 2 of them for now since I think that's what I can get. So 2 of you. Upgrade these. We're going to try and push them the whole way to diamond, if it'll let us. So grab you. Yep. Yep, we need more gold. Yep. And then we have diamonds here, which I believe is the end tier. I don't think there's a netherite one. We can open this guy up, place these in here, and now when I middle click to sort, they all go in 1 stack. So it sort of solves a lot of our storage there. And as you can see, everything's still stored in here, so we're pretty good. So I can put all these seeds in here. They all store in 1 stack, which is awesome. I can open this guy up, and once again, I should be able to click on here and literally type in 100,000. And it should order it, but no crafting CPUs exist because I haven't placed this down. But now if I order 100,000, we can do it. We can order it. How cool is that? So now 100,000 have been ordered. Now, if I were to make 2 of these systems here, then I would also be able to order Nether Essence at the same time, which would allow me to do the 500 and the 500. That's sort of why I've got 500 at the moment instead of 1,000, was so that in theory, I'd be able to order multiple at a time. I'm sort of realizing now, not really the most viable option, to be completely real with you here. Real's my new word. So to be honest, we probably want to do 500 more of these, just so that we have it on command. But this should be good. Like I'm pretty happy with this. Let's search Nether Seed as well. Let's go ahead and order. Can I not? Oh, I took the recipe out, didn't I? Let's go fix that, since I believe we can now. But yeah, I think this was a good step. Just, I guess, our concept in this episode. The fact that we fixed this as well is really cool. I'm very happy about that. I should be able to chuck this in. I should be able to order 500 more. And once again, we should have 1,000 of each of these, which is going to be really, really cool. So yeah, next episode, if I remember, because who knows what will happen in between now and then. But my goal will be to, I think, max out the crafting storage that we can do. Unless you guys have a better idea in terms of our crafting storage or even just our crafting system in general. If there's a way to do it with refined storage, that would probably be infinitely better, just in terms of like the limitlessness of refined storage and like the creative crafter and stuff. In terms of this guy here, crafting storage, I'm pretty much pushing for this thing, which is quite expensive, but not too expensive at the same time. Like it's literally just going to be set up automation, click order, hope that it happens in my lifetime. So yeah, once again, realistically, if I was smart, which I mean, I guess I better be, what I should do is just grab like a couple barrels, or what chest do we have? Do we have just like what's a big chest I can just grab? Do we just have a big chest? I mean, to be honest, here, let's grab these. Let's grab, 4 of them. Grab our 4 diamonds out and grab our purple dye. We'll just have them export into our system, right? I mean, that makes the most sense. That makes the most complete sense. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. So I'll slap this like here, right? Obviously, both of these we want locked. We want these to be purple in the middle. And that should send stuff into our system. As you can see, stuff's already going in there. Then I believe all I need to do is this. This guy currently has 64 printed doohickeys in him. He now, if I set this to extract, has less. So this should work. And it looks like it is. Okay. And we want to do the same with pretty much all of these. So I'm pretty much going to do this. Set that guy to extract. That guy should start emptying. Wonderful. And obviously we want to do the same here. This guy, we're going to have to go like this. Once again, hope that it works. Took out the wrong thing. Unlucky. I thought it might, but I was really hoping that it wouldn't. So that's silicon, right? Yeah, silicon's here. So what we want to do is obviously put that back in. And we want to connect this somewhere else, which is probably going to be right here. And we'll set that guy to extract. And we can probably just remove this and remove this. And we can probably also disconnect this. And so this guy's emptying, which means he's processing. Same with this guy. Same with this guy. Not this guy yet. This guy is going to receive the stuff out the back here. And that should work, I would imagine. And it does. Wonderful. So, these guys won't be finished. But we should at least have a massive backlog of this stuff. Or at least however many stacks I put in here. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll top them off. I know it's not fully automated. I know I probably could have spent the time to fully automate it. I don't think it's the end of the world. You know what I mean? Like, I think we're fine. If I get this many stacks of stuff and it's not enough, so be it. We'll have to upgrade something else. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That's the plan. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna leave that stuff for now. We can obviously check back in on this guy in a little bit later. Obviously, like, you don't need to do this. I wanted to give it a shot. I wanted to see how viable it was. It's definitely doable. Yeah, it's definitely doable. I guess that's the main thing. So yeah, and we have the 1,000 nether seeds and we have the 500 extra stone. Love to see it. So yeah, that's, I don't know, pretty cool feature. I enjoy it. I think it's pretty cool. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully maybe you learned something a little bit maybe about the AE2 crafting potential that you can do there with those recipes that I don't think you can do with refined storage, but I'd be excited to know if you could. And thank you as well for the helpful comments to fix this thing over here, to make this like reliable at any amount of crafts. As you can see, it's been working perfectly, which is really, really cool. And it was just add some buffer chests and then have it round robin into them. Really, like, such a simple solution that should have been clear, but for whatever reason it wasn't. So thank you guys for that. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Genuinely, thank you guys for the support and goodbye.